I said, sure, is it possible? Is it possible that, and then they'll go on and say, is it possible that God is Jehovah? New Mexico. No.
For a minute, I thought you were showing me the website. I was like, oh, no, it's back in practice.
Possible.
No, I'm sorry. No,
You spend your entire life on the ones you never seen.
starting up new direction that way.
Well, see, the thing I had is, Jehovah, Bible first he's gone. We don't do something about it. Nothing. Which means
He's covering it up.
heaven coming, be knocking on my door.
You're not getting the
No.
we will when her laptop is crossed. Oh, okay. Well, we need to get that first.
I feel like I communicate.
Because, hey, Chris, we lose these
Things to all the different
That are real.
Chris, you don't wait. We lose the video, and probably just the transmission.
the meetup. It automatically flows to the website.
And I don't know
And,
if there are other places.
Like on Facebook.
There are, I think. We know, I mean, I've been on airplanes and I've been on conferences. I know, we know the Bible says omniscient God.
No, that would be a violation.
Tell me.
Yeah, we schedule a meeting and two locations. That's like three different.
Okay, what was it that makes me evil or good? Occasionally, they are doing some bad things, like in the case of, something before. And that was, the sin there was being in hospital. But, usually you get down to it, the point of this is upset people making arguments.
Okay, that's good.
Our universe is just our progress. That's what we're
If you want to learn to string this straight
one
from
of the
the
things that has to be, that is
that way that I find
the risk of, beyond the chance.
Yeah, we're probably out of time for now, but how do we do that another visit? Yeah. Like a meeting, we can try and share the Discord. On that, see how it goes.
Jesus.
And
But no one tells God, he's not conceivable. But that's just
For my blood into a machine.
Oh,
Today?
no. Oh, there's stuff absolutely.
You'll be around for that too, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, the fact is, it's just the
Okay.
Jim.
Gary, you know, we go this way for a minute? Sure. Okay. Yes.
You don't perhaps have a USB-C to audio jack?
Audio.
Yeah.
What kind of?
It's not like a cable. Well, we can play straight from here, but I don't have.
Doesn't really help prevent anything, but it does.
Because I'm
10 seconds. No, not here.
Please stand by for technical difficulties. We want to keep the audience. Do you remember Chuckles the Clown from the Mary Tyler Moore Show? One of his famous sayings was, a little song, a little dance, a little seltzer down your pants. It's Diet Coke. It's Diet Coke with lime. Temporarily, they say, but I bought like 10 cases, 10 12 packs from Kroger. They were, it's now buy two, get one free. I buy them when it's buy two, get two free. It makes their price a little cheaper than Walmart's.
And then water is free.
Well, it depends on the container. It is interesting, we live in a country with the safest water supply in the world, and most of our people buy plastic bottles. And the plastic bottle of water you get from spring water is not required to meet any kind of government guidelines. Brad's just choked up, so I'm throwing so much science at it.
I grew up drinking well water. Not treated, no fluoride.
Are we ready anytime? Yeah, I can't turn it back on. She's got to use her password. Say that again? Okay. Okay. I'll try to note to rub the little pad here every now and
It's a common problem. Stream audio is very loud.
Yeah.
It'll probably keep timing out if we do it that way.
Here's what I'm using. I've got some DJI ones that are pretty good. Well, this is really good for what I'm, but you know, the main for right now is the mic on this shirt. So I clipped it to the.
Ready? Hello everyone, welcome to the Arkansas Society of Freethinkers monthly meeting. ASF is a nonprofit organization devoted to maintaining the separation between religion and state, advocating a scientific and humanistic viewpoint, and improving the lives of non-believers. Restrooms are located in the rear to the left, and it's a non-gender specific restroom. Now for our standard disclaimer. ASF is a diverse organization with members who represent a wide range of opinions. The speakers who present at our monthly meetings do not necessarily represent the views of ASF or its individual members. Because we are a 501c3 organization, ASF cannot directly support candidates for public office, but we can advocate for causes such as separation of church and state, scientific literacy, societal progress, and truthful communication. That said, we have Bern Bradley, who will present our free thought of the day. Please give a warm welcome to Bern Bradley. Considering that yesterday was the No Kings rally, and the No Kings rally realized they were missing an opportunity and kept marching and came all the way down to Capitol Avenue and became part of the Pride celebration. I thought this was kind of appropriate considering who wrote the Declaration of Independence and the technology aspect of today's speaker. The fact is that one new idea leads to another, that to a third, and so on through a course of time until someone with whom none of these ideas was original, combines all together and produces what is justly called a new invention. That's from Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson on technology. One of the key functions of the Arkansas Society of Freethinkers is to help freethinkers make friends and connections. Please turn to the people on your left and your right and introduce yourself to them. Thank you. Misinformation and pseudoscience are everywhere. Our Misinformation of the Day feature helps us develop the critical thinking skills we need to exist in the modern world without being duped. Please give a round of applause to Brad Erickson, who will be presenting today's Skeptical Sidebar.
Get this logged in. Where's the mouse?
Okay, there we go. Give it full screen. All right, everyone hear me okay? Okay. All right, super. Chris, you started a dangerous precedent letting a retired biology professor talk 2 months in a row. So anyway, today's talk is entitled "Why Do Humans Consume or Need to Consume Vitamin C?" And on the left, I've listed the references for today's talk. So if any of you want to explore things further, you'll be able to do so. Here's a list of vitamin C-rich foods, and I imagine most of you have had quite a few of these. Has anyone had Indian gooseberries, however? No. You have? What do they taste like? I've never even heard of them before.
They taste like gooseberries. They're a little tart. They have the texture more of like, it was a long time ago, so I'm having to.
Sure.
Anyway, I think they had the texture more like grapes.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, anyway, I'd never heard of them before, and so I was just wondering if anyone had, by chance, had those. So.
And they're a little tart.
Okay, thank you. So a little history about vitamin C. As I'm sure all of you are aware,
if you do not consume vitamin C in proper quantities, you will develop the vitamin deficiency disease known as scurvy. And it's a deadly disease, by the way. It occurs in vertebrates that are unable to synthesize vitamin C, and when their diet does not include fresh fruit and vegetables, which of course are rich sources of the vitamin. Symptoms include lassitude, that is lack of energy, neurological dysfunction, and more commonly dramatic defects in blood vessels and bone integrity. It's now understood that this is due to defects in mitochondria function and a failure to produce functional collagen. So collagen is what gives strength to your bones, to your blood vessels, etc. Scurvy was known to the ancient Egyptians and Greeks, and their cure was typically to consume onions and potatoes. Now those are relatively poor vitamin C content vegetables, but it was sufficient. Of course, most of you are aware that sea ship journeys resulted in many deaths by scurvy. When Magellan took his journey around the world, he started with 3 ships and 250 men. It ended with only 1 ship and 18 men surviving. Now, Magellan himself did not die from scurvy, but many of his men did. Okay, about half. Now, prior to the Civil War, this I found quite interesting. Prior to the Civil War, scurvy was the most common disease in the U.S. Army. And Dr. James Lind showed that sailors were cured of scurvy within about 6 days of eating oranges and lemons. And what's interesting about this is that this was the very first clinical trial ever recorded. Then in the 1910s, Casimir Funk had prepared a list of nutritional factors called vitamins, whose deficiencies cause severe diseases in humans. In his list, Funk used the letter C to designate a factor unidentified but known to prevent scurvy. In the 1920s, Georgie and Haworth chemically identified C as ascorbic acid, and named it so because ascorbic means anti-scurvy. So how is ascorbic acid made in nature? All plants and animals require ascorbic acid. And in 1957, Albert Leninger described the enzymatic pathway that produces ascorbic acid. Has anyone in here had a formal biochemistry class in your past? Did you use Leninger's biochemistry text, or do you recall?
It's been too long.
Okay, all right. Well, at any rate, that was the premier biochemistry text for years and years and years. Almost everyone that was teaching biochemistry used Leninger's biochemistry text.
Let's put it this way, it's been over 55 years.
Okay, all right. Now, Leninger also discovered that unlike many other animals, humans cannot synthesize their own vitamin C because they lack the final enzyme in the pathway known as gulonolactone oxidase, or GULO. So we'll be referring to it as GULO as much as possible here. Then in 1991, Nishikima and co-workers observed that the gene that codes for gulonolactone oxidase is actually present in humans, but it is not active due to the accumulation of several mutations that turned it into a non-functional pseudogene. And so this cartoon shows the pathway by which ascorbic acid is produced in the majority of animals. So if we start with the simple sugar glucose, okay, so that's depicted here, it's converted to a phosphorylated form, and it's utilized in several different pathways. Okay? 2 of these pathways produce cellular energy in the form of ATP. But the 3rd pathway is involved with vitamin C biosynthesis. So we have 4 enzymatic reactions that gets us to this intermediate known as L-gluconate. And then this enzyme, regucalcin, converts it to another intermediate, which finally is converted into ascorbic acid by gulo. But in humans, Neanderthals, other haplorhini primates, guinea pigs, and some bats, they lack this enzyme and as a result do not produce their own vitamin C. So therefore, they must take it in. They must have it provided in their diet. Okay, so up until about 3 days ago, this was almost the end. But I found an incredible paper that is actually a preprint. It's not even the journal for which it was submitted yet, that has fascinating extension to the story. Okay, so if we look at the animals that do not produce gulo or do not have a functional gulo. So our last eukaryotic common ancestor had it, and then plants all have it, fungi have it, but insects don't. Okay? So insects do not produce their own vitamin C. Bony fishes do not. Passerine birds do not. Okay, your songbirds. Okay, and then guinea pigs, capybaras, fruit bats, and haplorhine primates, including humans, do not. Okay, so all of those organisms must take it in. Okay, they have to have it provided. Okay, so the evolutionary significance of the loss of gulo. So what you're looking at here is the actual structure of the gulo gene. Okay? And I'm not going to worry about many of the details here other than when you see something in white, okay, that portion of the gene is missing. And that portion, so all of these that have all of these white cylinders in them, those are pseudogenes. They're non-functional genes. So in Neanderthal, human, gorilla, bonobo, chimpanzee, orangutan, macaque monkeys, drill monkeys, and olive baboons. Okay, so those are the haplorhini primates. All lack the same gene, and they lack it in the same way. Okay, the defects are identical, and so what this tells us, okay, is that 61 million years ago, when the haplorhine and the more primitive primates separated lineages, okay, that particular set of defects occurred at the same time. Okay, so we had one major event that appears to have eliminated the gene from the lineage. And again, this is why we, amongst and all the other primates, must take it in. So there must be some advantage to not having gulo. Okay? Otherwise, if it was just a neutral mutation, you'd expect it to be lost pretty much universally. You know, why keep it around if it's simply a neutral mutation? Okay? So schistosomiasis is a parasitic disease in the tropics and infects 250 million people per year. Has a very significant morbidity and mortality in the poorest regions of the world. Once an individual is infected, the parasites live in the circulation for decades. In other words, you're going to have it for the rest of your life. Okay? And they lay hundreds of thousands of fertilized eggs every day. Okay? So this fecundity is what causes schistosomiasis, pathology, and transmission. And this shows a picture of an individual who's infected. Note the distended abdomen. And this is due to the very intense inflammation of the liver. The liver becomes as large as a football, okay, because of the eggs that end up in the liver, and that causes inflammation of the liver. Now, an interesting observation was made 80 years ago. It was reported that schistosome eggshell formation is disrupted in infected guinea pigs with scurvy. That is, they can't produce vitamin C. Examination of parasite biochemistry reveals that certain parasites cannot produce their own ascorbate as well. So trypanosomes, leishmania, candida albicans are all parasites that do produce their own vitamin C, whereas Giardia plasmodium, which is the malaria parasite, okay, and schistosomes do not produce their own ascorbate. So, how did they go about investigating this issue? Again, what advantage do animals have by losing gulo? Well, you're able to utilize some amazing technology to eliminate genes at will from mice. Okay, they're called knockout mice. So we can eliminate any gene we want, okay, or we can place any gene in that we want. Okay, so they made gulo knockout mice. Okay, so again, they will not be able to produce vitamin C. And then they subsequently infected these mice and wild-type controls. And what we're looking at here, okay, is a graph that depicts the ascorbate levels in isolated worms from the wild-type mice versus the gulo knockouts. And you'll note that there's about 0.2 nanomoles per worm in the wild-type mice, but it's almost unmeasurable in the gulo knockouts. So how does the lack of vitamin C cause a problem to the parasites? Well, if we look at worm burden, okay, or worm numbers per mouse, okay, in essence, they're the same. There's no significance. That's what this NS means. There's no significant difference between these two levels. If we look at worm growth, so worm length, again, no significant difference. Okay, seems to be no issue. So what is it then that the lack of ascorbate does to schistosomes to help us out? Okay, and what it is with egg production. So if we look at wild-type mice, okay, versus the gulo knockouts, so when ascorbate or vitamin C is present, we get a large number of eggs being deposited in the liver, okay, and a large number of eggs being excreted in the feces versus, again, gulo. Okay? And if we look at the way the eggs actually appear, so if we take the knockout mice and we give them ascorbic acid in their diet or in their water, this is what the eggs look like normally. And here's the inset. So here's a blow-up of what they look normally. If we do not give these knockout mice ascorbic acid, the eggs all cluster together as opposed to remaining separate, and they show a great deal of degradation. Okay, so that is why the lack of vitamin C, okay, is useful. Okay, it prevents some of these parasitic infections from being able to be functional or carry out their traditional routes of infection. Okay, so to wrap up, so vitamin C itself is an antioxidant, destroys free radical oxygen species that cause damage to cell components, and is needed for mitochondrial function and collagen synthesis. What we've noted is that we have an evolutionary trade-off. The ability to readily consume vitamin C allowed the beneficial mutation of gulo, giving protection from parasites that lack gulo. It only remains advantageous, however, as long as vitamin C is readily available. Humans have gone through several famine events in history leading to scurvy. The gulo gene was lost approximately 61 million years ago in the Haplorhini primate lineage. It now exists as a pseudogene on chromosome 8 and exhibits synteny, that is the identical gene order, with the other great apes' gulo pseudogenes, providing yet another piece of genetic evidence for our evolutionary relationship to them. Thanks so much. Okay, so I guess it was perfectly clear.
Thank you, Brad. Thank you, Brad. Sure. Next on the agenda. We will have our main speaker. Our main speaker is Kristen Weatherford, and she's been coming around with us for about a year. Is usually at Second Tuesday and Pint Night, which, in case we forget, Pint Night is tomorrow night. Come by and buy Brian a beer and help him celebrate his third plate that he got put up last Wednesday. Yes, sir.
Is that any place in particular?
Oh, I'm sorry, Flying Saucer. Yes, it's at Flying Saucer downtown on President Clinton Avenue. And so our main speaker is going to discuss Discord, something we've all tried to avoid and now feel is necessary. So please welcome Kristen Weatherford.
Right, can you hear me? Okay. Kids do this. Yep. So we're trying to get the Discord going. It's been around for a little bit, but try and keep the conversation going outside of the in-person meetings. So I'm gonna walk everyone through how to Discord through the lens of our Discord server, so we can stay connected. I'll show you how you can chat and get into the channels. So Discord is a free app. You can get it on your phone or you can get it on your computer. You can kind of do like a group text chat, different channels. You can get into like a voice call, kind of like Zoom. You can do video calls. Some people can be on video, some people can be just on voice, all in the same group. A lot of people use this for groups around like a club or a certain hobby or interest, or families might have one to keep up with each other. I think I just went over all of these. You can also do virtual meetings and activities, share updates, events, photos. And Discord is organized into things called servers, so that's like your main group. So ASF has a server that has channels, so that's the different rooms, different places to chat. You have a question?
Does it run on Linux?
Mason, do you know?
It is a cloud-based application. You can get an app on any OS.
But is there an app that runs on Linux, or is it
You can get an app
web-based?
that runs on Linux, or it is web-based. Any way that you'd like to use Discord, it's there.
Linux is awesome, by the way.
Right. So the channels are the different rooms that you can talk by text or by voice, and then there's the chat area of the screen. So I'm gonna walk you through what Discord looks like. So on the left here, this is the list of channels, those different icons. So if you're in more than one server, you'll see the icons listed on the side, and you just click into whichever one you want to see. So we've got ASF on the top on this screen. And then once you're in the server, so this list just next to the set of icons is the set of channels. So these are the different places that you can find information or join a group to talk. And then this part of the screen is the chat area if you're in a text channel. So we have the text on the screen of the current state of the conversation, and down at the bottom, maybe a little bit difficult to see, but there's a place where you can type to send a message. So in that area, you just type your message and you hit enter to send. You can use emojis and stickers. You can react, kind of like you can on your iPhone or on Facebook. You can upload photos, and then there's a feature to tag people with the @ So you may have seen this on other social media websites. If you type @ and then someone's username, in a voice channel. You just click on the name of it to join. There's a mute button, so you join, typically unmuted. You hit the button to mute if you need to. You have the option to turn on or off your camera, and then you hang up by clicking the phone icon. While in the Discord, if you're not familiar with Discord, you want to use private invite-only servers, not share your information, personal information publicly, just general online community safety. You want to manage your settings to tailor your notifications, so you can mute a whole server if you don't want notifications. You can mute specific channels in the server, or turn them off for a temporary amount of time just to make sure you're not getting your phone blown up if you have it on your phone. And then just generally be kind and respectful. So to join our Discord, you'll need to set up a Discord account if you don't already have one. That can be on discord.com or by downloading the app. You sign up, you put in your email and choose a username, and then you'll need to go to your email and find the verification and verify your account. The Discord is set up to require a verified account before you can post in there to help weed out bots and trolls. If anyone would like to join now and follow along, I have the QR code on the screen, or we can do it after, either way.
First time I've ever left the house without my phone.
So once that comes up, it'll probably take you to the website or download the app if you don't already have it. You're already in?
Oh, no, well, that's what that was, no.
Mm-hmm. Everybody downloading or setting up? You got it? Okay. So once you have accepted that invitation, the next step is onboarding. The server will walk you through adding the different channels. So it's going to ask you what kind of activities you're interested in when you participate in the server. So if you'd just like to find out more about the organization, it's going to add channels that have information about the group. If you'd like to attend online social events, it'll add those relevant channels to find out about our meetings and events or to socialize. And you can pick as many of those or as few as you'd like. And then it will take you to read and agree with the server rules before you can enter and start participating. Those rules are pretty straightforward and simple, so we don't want any harassment, bigotry, trolling, soliciting, proselytizing, arguing with moderators, or sexually explicit content on the server. Violating the rules can result in a ban from the server. Once you have agreed to those rules, the server has a Get Started guide that will take you through 3 text channels, the frequently asked questions. This has reminders about how to use the server, the helpful information and links with information about our organization, and a group chat where you can start introduce yourself in the channel. There's also a resources section on this screen down here that has links to the welcome channel, the helpful information, and the FAQ if you ever need to go back to that. So the first task onboarding will take you to is the welcome page. We've got a little welcome message here that is from our president, Chris. He definitely wrote this. Then, once you're done with that, there is a next button at the bottom of the screen that will take you to the welcome page. This has general information about our group for newcomers, Once you're done with this page, there's again a next button at the bottom of the screen, and it takes you to how to use this Discord server, the frequently asked questions. So here we have general description of the server, the difference between text channels and voice channels, what each of those are for, some reminders of what the different buttons look like. So if you want to leave a room, turn on your camera, share your stream. And once you click next, it's going to take you to helpful information and links. This has some links to our website and our social media and our meetup. Then the very last task on Get Started is to introduce yourself in the off-topic channel. So I have an example here. At the bottom of the screen, I've typed out an introduction in that text area. And if you hit enter, that will send a message to the group. While working through the tasks. Looks like Byrne has introduced himself.
Says we got 11 people online.
Do we have 11 online?
And they're off topic.
Yeah, so Byrne, that is going to be the number of members that are currently online in Discord. It doesn't mean that they're in our server.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are members that have the application open.
That's what
Yes, so they could be in any number of servers, they're just using Discord currently. Yes, I have my Discord app shared on screen, that's real time. Yeah, Jerry was typing, so it showed Jerry typing. we have any questions while anyone's trying to get through the onboarding? Need any help?
So my son met a girl one time and he was like, hey, are you on Discord? And then they traded Discord, whatever, but like, what server would he have been on, like?
You don't necessarily have to be in a server to talk to somebody. You can add someone as a friend and do direct messages, kind of like Facebook messaging.
Oh, I see, okay.
So what is a server? Is it something you run on my own equipment, or is it something that runs in the cloud?
It's cloud-based.
So it's always in the cloud.
Pretty sure.
Can you create your own server?
Yes, you can create your own server for free. So you can see on the left here, I'm in several different servers. A lot of these are just groups of friends. So this one's just a group of friends. This is a group I'm in that's about yarn and knitting, and then this is a group of friends, and this is my friend's book club. And then,
So a server is really just a group of rooms or whatever you call them?
yes, it's just where you can invite people to be in the same text channels and voice channels.
Okay.
So the people in ASF can see all of these channels and interact with each other, but you can't see like the other groups that I'm in.
I don't want to get too far off the subject, but what is the difference between a server and the cloud?
I don't think I'm qualified to answer that question.
Jim, the cloud is a collection of servers that are on the internet.
Say that again?
The cloud is a collection of servers that are on the internet.
It's just kind of confusing because usually you hear the word server, you think like some shit physical piece of hardware.
Yeah, this is,
Here they're saying this is, here they're saying this is your, yeah, it's like
it's like your
different
club.
term for server.
Yeah, they're kind of using server in their own way on Discord. It just means like this group. John, are you working through this or?
Yeah, I am. I don't want to see they access my contact list. So I don't know, so I can enter, Christian something.
Don't put on find friends.
Yeah.
No. Send friend request,
You get your name or.
Chris, no.
Do you need the invite again? Did it take you to
No,
the?
I'm logged in, created an account already. Anybody see me? JPE?
Yes, it shows you're in the Discord now.
I'm in there. That's a relief. So then, who can I add as a friend? Chris, and you?
Yeah.
What's your username?
Well, I'm not sure how to, okay. So it's Cheap Bastard with capital C and no vowels to it. So just take out all the vowels.
Oh, okay. What is it?
Yeah, capital C,
Yeah.
H, P. I'm sorry, capital C, H, P, capital B, S, T, R, D.
That'll work. Double check to make sure it's correct. See, you didn't tell me about capital B. Capital C, small h, P, capital B, small S, T, R, D.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got that wrong.
Maybe what you should do is send,
I'm sorry.
maybe what you should do is send a message to all topic, and then everybody
Yeah.
will see it.
Yeah.
Is there a period?
What I was wants to share your username, you could just do it on the off top.
Are you still working through it, or are you joining or
I'm still
setting up the account?
Plus, I guess
He's setting up your account.
in the free thinker thing, and then see everyone's name, and then invite the people you notice that you know.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
Yours has a period after, I put a period in something.
I've worked with you.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Well, I put my name with a period, too, yours in the sentence. Oh, but
All right.
And it looks like you can put it on people's names once you're in a chat.
Yes.
Then you get to them that way instead of having to type. And then you can click add friend.
okay.
Keep it over there.
Got Jerry typing again.
So you hear JB? My youth, Mel, was it?
She's not here.
She's not here. Okay, well. You hold this?
Are you able to, John, are you able to see the off-dash topic on the side panel?
No, I see, it has stuff on there. And then I see event details, it's information, text channels.
Text channels.
Yeah.
So on text channels, click off topic. And that's where we are, and we're all saying hello.
Oh, then I can type something on here. When Jerry's typing something, that'd be a half an hour.
Yep. So I'm going to go through some of the other channels we have, kind of show you around the server, and then afterward, if we need any tech support, can get with you individually. So once you're in, you'll see on the left a kind of a list of places you can go. So at the top, we have Server Guide. This is kind of where you started. You can always go back here to look at the rules, the helpful information, the frequently asked questions. Under that, we have our list of events. So when I took this screenshot, we had 8 events at the time. All of the regularly scheduled meetings are loaded into Discord. So you can go here to see when we're going to be at Pike Night, when we're going to be at Cantina Cinco de Mayo, when the monthly meeting is, when the Discord chats are. Then we have channels and roles. If at any time you want to change the channels that you can see, if you think you signed up for too many, there's too many on your screen and you're not interested, you can go back here and turn some off. You can turn others on. And in the information section, we have some links to just the general information, the rules, announcements, and suggestions channel. Here's a picture of what the events list looks like. So if you click events on the top left, you'll get a list, a scrolling list of our different events. Here you can click into event to get the time and the information. Then the channels and roles section, if you click onto that, it will look about like this. So you have 2 tabs, you have customize. This is where you can answer those same questions that it gave you when you started. If your interests have changed and you want to customize what channels you see, you can also click the Browse Channels tab. That will give you all the available channels, and you can manually add them or remove them from your view if you wish. We have an announcement channel where moderators can make official announcements when needed. And then we have the suggestions channel, a space for users to suggest improvements and additions to the server. Anything you'd like to see from the group, you can type that in there and hit send just like we all did in Off Topic. Then under that we have our text channel. So we have Off Topic here like we were just using when we got started. These are groups where you can send messages, or you can send messages to the group and have text-based conversations. You just click a channel name and it takes you straight in. We have the community chat channel for on-topic messages related to ASF and its activities. This is where your welcome message appears when you first join the server. You can and should send messages here to keep the conversation going. Like we just did, you type in the box at the bottom and hit enter to send a message. We have a meeting and events text channel. So the pinned message, a pinned message is one that's always at the top, no matter how many messages have been sent. That one in this channel has our list of regularly scheduled events, meeting locations and times. This channel can be used to send event reminders, to coordinate for ASF events and meetups, and to share events that the group may be interested in. You can send messages in this channel just by typing at the bottom and hitting enter. We have a channel that is news and politics, a place to share and discuss news and events that impact the secular community. Like was mentioned before, the messages in this channel don't reflect the views of the entire group, but just the individuals having discussions there. Then we have the off-topic text channel where we just sent messages. Here you can talk about pretty much anything after reading and agreeing to the rules of the server. Don't break any of the rules. You can and should send messages here too to just keep the community, keep having the conversations. Once you have looked around the server, you'll want to mute or limit your notifications if you don't like getting a lot of notifications, especially if it's on your phone. If you're just using it on the computer, it may not make much of a difference. But to do this, you just right-click or long press on your phone on a text channel name, and you'll get a menu. So this one asks invite people, copy link, and then mute channel is the third option. You can mute it for a set period of time. If you just, you're busy for the next hour, you don't want to see anything, you can pick an hour. Or you can say until I turn it back on, just not get notifications. You can also set your notification settings for the entire server if you just don't want notifications at all. For voice channels, this is the last section here. These have a little speaker next to them. This is where you can get in and talk on microphone or video. We have a few meeting rooms set up for that. So the event meeting room is specially named. This is for scheduled Discord events, so the 2 monthly Discord chats per month. If you would get on Discord and you know you're in the right place because you're in the event meeting room and it's a scheduled event. So once you're in, you just click that event meeting room name, and then you'll see at the bottom of your screen it says voice connected. That's telling you you're in the room. Then you'll have some buttons under here. So this camera with a slash through it means that the camera is off right now. Click that to toggle it on if you want to be on your webcam. This monitor is to share your screen so you can stream to the group. This little controller here, there are some built-in games that can be played, so that's an option. One you really want to be familiar with is this microphone. This is to mute your microphone. And then we have the headphones here. This is called deafen. This is a function in Discord where if you don't want to hear anything from the Discord at the moment, you hit this and it turns off audio to your speakers, but it doesn't do anything to anyone else. And then we have this gear. This is a settings button if you need to change your microphone, volume, those kind of settings. So once you join a channel, by default, your microphone will be on. If you're in something where you don't want your mic to be picking up sound immediately. If you're just listening, you want to go ahead and mute immediately. And you can also tell if there are people in the meeting room just by looking. So in this screenshot, under Event Meeting Room, this is showing that Mason and I are in the channel, and this live button, or live indicator next to my name, shows that I was sharing my screen or streaming. So if you want to watch the stream that someone is sharing, you just double click their name and it'll bring it up on your screen. We have a special channel for meeting streams. Don't believe we're streaming to Discord today, but in the future we could stream. This is a special channel where when it's something where we have a designated speaker or speakers, they join as speakers and everyone else joins as an audience, so it kind of auto mutes so we don't have people accidentally talking or sounds going off. And then if you have a question, you can request to speak and moderators can turn your mic on that way. Then we have, this is just describing that again. If you're leading the event in this room, there are two ways to start an event. You can either start a scheduled event, so that scheduled event will appear at the top, and you can click Start Event there. Or if there's no scheduled event and it's an impromptu stream, you click Start the Stage. When starting a scheduled event, you get a confirmation page. This checkbox will send a notification to everyone in the server that it's starting. So if you don't want to do that, uncheck this box. It is checked by default. Then you can click Start Event. Those with the streaming role can just start speaking and screen sharing once the event has begun. Once it's started, your screen will look like this. You'll have a list of speakers on screen, and it'll show if anyone's sharing their screen, which you can double click to make larger, and there will be a list of audience members. Audience members can raise their hand. There's a hand button on screen to ask a question. Speakers can acknowledge those requests to allow the audio to turn on. And then the host ends the stream by clicking the hang up button. And then we have Group Chat 1 and Group Chat 2. These are voice channels that are just for hanging out. So if you want to meet up and talk with people from the group about anything and it's not a scheduled event, you can just click on one of these channels, tell whoever you want to talk to get in that same channel, and you can just start talking. So this could be a convenient place to catch up, watch videos together, or play video games. We have 2 channels just in case we have more than one group that wants to talk about different stuff or do different activities. And then we have the AFK channel. This is where you'll end up if you forget to leave a voice channel. It's quiet. I think it auto disables your microphone and your speakers so you won't hear anything. It just lets people know that you're not actually present. So if you forget to leave group chat and someone says, oh, Terry's on, I want to talk to Terry, but you're not there, be a little bit disappointed. So once you've been inactive for I think 5 minutes, it'll drop you into the AFK channel. And bonus content, so direct messaging. This is not specifically part of our server, but you can use Discord messages, Discord to send direct messages to your friends. So if you are friends with somebody and you want to use Discord to message them, you could add them as a friend and talk to them in a private conversation, or you can do a group chat. If you have 3 or 4 friends, you can put them all in one group. And just remember, online etiquette, only direct message people who you're already familiar with, or those who've given you permission to direct message them, and don't share private information with strangers in direct messages. Okay, practice time. So a lot of you have already set up your Discord. Did you get yours set up?
Not right now.
You want any help?
No.
Okay. Okay. A lot of us have posted messages in off topic. Now we can try reacting and replying. So anyone want to go into off topic? We can add reactions. So if you just go to a message on a phone, I think you might hold down on a message to get the reactions to come up. Yes, so we've got thumbs up here. And if somebody has already reacted with what you want to add, you can just click their reaction and it adds you to the list of people who've used it. So I just clicked on that thumbs up and it added me on that list. So it's got some standard reactions, a heart, laughing, and then there's kind of a gray face. You can click that and get a whole list of different emojis you can use to react. So I'm going to react to Jerry with a leg. So another thing you can do is reply. So everyone's been talking saying hello, but I want to say hi to Chris, and he came in here a long time ago. So I'm going to reply. You can click this little arrow to reply. And I'm going to say, hey Chris, and so now it shows right here. I'm replying specifically to what Chris said.
Do that again.
Okay, so I'll reply to Burns emoji here.
Christian, you can do Control Plus and make all the text here on the screen.
See if I have a plus. That's not working on mine.
I don't think it'll work in the app, Chris.
In the app, it's not giving us a reply.
So there was a question about whether an app for this is available for Linux or if you just have to do it on the website. Yes, I have a Linux machine right here. I've installed it and it's up and running and logged in and it works. However, it's not in your usual repositories. It is, you have to go to discord.com/download and then they have it, Debian or Tarball format depending on what you've got. I've got the Debian and I just, click it.
Can't get the reply.
Install perfectly. Then it gave
Yeah,
me
no, I found it.
a QR code to scan with my phone where I've already got a Discord app. And that logged me in, so I didn't have to remember my password or anything. And so now I'm in Linux.
Which distro do you use? Which distro do you have?
I'm using Linux Mint, but yeah, like I said, they've got, both varieties and it seems to just work. So, but you can't go through your package manager. You got to go to the website and download it as a third party.
Unless your distro happens to have it, which some people might.
They might. I'm really surprised somebody hasn't, built some sort of little skin for it or whatever, but the app works so well is maybe not a justification for it.
All right, looks like we've got lots of replies going. Let's see what else we can do.
Up on the Discord website, oh, I have two of them, stereo. Do they have a download of the manual?
I'm not sure.
Because most of these places have, if you download a manual, it tells you all the features of the system.
I don't know if you can download it, but they do have how-tos on their website.
Looks like they've got a help center, which may be it. And maybe there might be something to blog. How to Discord, that would be, that's what I would suggest.
I mean, so apparently you're considering using this for your meetings. To do that, you probably would want some way of people joining as a guest without having to go create an account. Is that possible?
We have it set up where you have to register and verify your email, which it's a requirement to enable some of the features of the Discord community, like the meeting Stream stage room. This helps with preventing bots and raids
Sure.
of trolls.
But if you're going to have a meeting open to the public, members are fine, but if it's open to the public, you want them to be able to join without a lot of friction.
We do
You have
stream to
sit down and-
YouTube.
Which might
Yes.
allow them to have fewer capabilities, but just be able to watch and listen.
That would be the YouTube stream.
Okay.
Well, to add to that, you are able to create, a Discord channel can have more than one invite. You can make unlimited invites, basically. Each one you can give different rights to. So you can make a temporary one-time use link that drops people directly into the meeting, and they can be invited as a guest, so that once they disconnect, they have no rights unless somebody has given them another role.
And they can do that without the account, the Discord account?
I do not know if they would still need to verify or have an account, but they would only be inside of your server, inside of the area that you allowed them to be in for the period that they connected on the original side.
Can this also be broadcast to something like YouTube or Facebook? And or can we broadcast to YouTube and have it counteract, go back to Discord?
So you can screen share from your laptop to anything that you want. So you could broadcast from here if you wanted. I wouldn't recommend doing that. In the future, we plan to host these same meetings. We'll have a restream of it essentially onto Discord. You can't stream directly to Discord the same way that you stream directly to YouTube or Facebook with a stream key, but as a speaker, you can share your screen. So you would join one of your other streams and then share it in, is how we would handle that here.
Okay. Some other things we can do in this channel, you can send GIFs. So on your text typing area, there's an emoji button where you can find emojis to send. Looks like a few of us have already done that. And this little GIF button says GIF on it. You can pick from their list of GIFs in the categories. You can type to search for GIFs. So you can send a GIF to the group. There's a plus button. Will let you send photos, I believe, which we sent. I think we sent some photos yesterday. Maybe in the events channel? No,
Community.
in the community chat, we sent some photos of our group walking in the parade and the booth we had set up. And then the last thing that we haven't done is join a voice chat. If we want to do some of this right now, we'll need to do it one at a time to make sure people mute so we don't have an infinite echo.
Kristen, we can take care of that after we end the
True,
live.
yeah, we can do that after. Have any more questions about, I guess I can show you how to add a friend. So if I wanted to be friends with Jen, I could see this list of people in our server. On your phone, I think it's you either click their name or you long press it. It should be an option to add friend. Or send a message. So that's where you can send a direct message. As long as you know Jen and she would expect a message from you. Yeah, no messaging strangers, Brad. All right, any other questions?
How long has Discord been around?
A while? Several years?
About 10 years.
You say 10
I
years?
think it's 10.
What was motivation So it's similar to Zoom. I mean, we were trying to replace, do an alternative to Zoom.
I think so. Chris, you got any comment on the motivations?
My kids are 19 and 21, and they game, and, you know, they'll have a Discord channel, I think, in that game, and that's how they talk to people in the game.
Yes, so we already have 2 monthly Discord meetups where people can get in the Discord and talk, kind of like Zoom.
Right, so this seems to be pretty much free. So there's a company behind this with employees and equipment, and so what is their income?
There's a voluntary thing called boosting that gets extra perks for your server.
So if you donate money, then you get extra perks. Okay.
Yes, a lot of popular streamers will have really big Discords for all of their fans, and they're super boosted. They're kind of subsidizing it for everyone else.
Okay.
You can
That's the
also
only source that there's no advertising or other.
No, you won't see any ads in it.
Well, there's
Except for
now
Discord.
very small ads in some places. It does not take over your stream or anything. It's only on the homepage. There's also, you can pay for a premium version of Discord where you can add special things to your profile. You can have an animated profile picture, or you can have it to where in the sidebar, if you saw mine, I have like a little pond. So just cosmetic stuff that you can add to yourself or to your community. But the basic product for free is what we plan to use for quite some time.
I think one thing that I'm gonna do with this group is go on the settings on my phone and change the notification sound so that when that sound comes in, I know it's from the Free Thinkers.
If you could do that, that'd be cool.
I think it would be from, you could change your Discord notification sound, so if ASF is the only server you're in, you would know it's from Free Thinkers. Oh, looks like Bern sent us a photo of a rainbow.
That was yesterday after the Pride Parade.
Oh, that's perfect.
That's my brother's neighborhood. I went to, his wife made spaghetti for us, so I was making spaghetti, and I saw that thing.
Jerry, you have a question?
I was just going to comment on how, I don't know how long it's been there, but during COVID, my sons recommended that we get into it to play games because we traditionally get together to play games. And one thing we learned is that somehow you can accidentally stay in a room when you think you've left, because we continued to stay in the room and we said something and the kids, hey, you're still on. So you kind of make sure you log out.
Yes. Yeah, I can demonstrate that. So I've just joined group chat 1. I'm the only one in here. No one else joined, please. It will echo because we're in the same room. So this server is now set up. If I sit here and I don't make a sound for 5 minutes, it's going to automatically put me in the AFK. But I don't want to do that. I want to disconnect and let people know I'm gone and say bye. Then you hit this hang up button down here where it says voice connected. You have a little telephone, the old kind. Just hit that disconnect button and you're out. So you could forget after about 5 minutes. It's automatically going to move you out into this AFK. So if you see me, you'll get this little pop-up on your screen when it moves you. So when you come back, it'll say, hey, we moved you to the AFK channel. So if you see somebody down here in AFK, that means they are away from keyboard. Let's see, you can demonstrate. So if I turn on my camera.
That's Yahoo chat room.
So now I'm in group chat and my camera's on, so if anybody were to join this voice channel just by clicking on the name, they would see me on screen and hear me speaking. And I can turn my camera off by hitting the camera button at the bottom. When you turn your camera on, you'll get this little pop-up asking you to confirm which camera you want to use. If you have more than one, you would hit this drop-down, pick which one you want to use. Gives you a preview. You can pick a background, kind of like Zoom. You can blur your background. You can upload a custom image for your background, or you can pick from any of these preset.
Don't forget to wear clothes.
Don't forget to wear appropriate attire.
And then you went in the background.
Yeah, walking by.
So I have chosen one of their special backgrounds.
Does it have a facility to choose green screen rather than trying to superimpose the background either? Does it know? You know, with Zoom, you can say I'm using a green screen, and then you can put it in your background. Otherwise, you get that kind of distortion.
Not natively, no.
Okay.
So that's the video. There's the speaker at the bottom. That's the mute button if I don't want anyone who's in the voice channel to hear me. Turn it back on when I need to speak. There's a share screen button. So, oops. Clicked the share button and click go live. So now I am streaming the Discord to the Discord. So if someone wants to join in here, they can see down here it says I'm live. So if they join, they can pop in, they can hear me, and then they would long press on my name or right click and join stream, and then they could see my screen. So this is a way that a lot of people play video games together, or you can watch your friend play games.
That's what they're doing.
Oh, someone has joined.
Well, the little icon that it asks you to choose to begin with, the little icon that it asks you to choose with to begin with, can you substitute something in there, like a picture or something?
The icon on your account when you set it up?
Yeah.
Yes, you can change that.
Okay.
Oh, looks like we've got people, someone from the back has joined the stream.
Yeah.
So I'm going to turn off my stream. Stop streaming. So the voice channels are where the fun stuff happens. If you want to get, if you see the event, where my events go, the event list will have a couple of Discord meetups per month. So we go to 7 events. This is the monthly meeting that we're at right now. So we have Fourth Monday chat, October 27th at 7:30 p.m. And this says it's going to be in the event meeting room. So I'm going to click event meeting room. Now I'm here. So this is where I would go if I want to hang out for the Discord chat that's scheduled. But then if I just want to talk to Chris and Jerry and say, hey, let's get in group chat one, and we can all get in here and just hang out. And click the red button to disconnect.
Kristen, do you want to show how to customize your profile?
How to customize your profile.
You click on yourself at the bottom.
Myself down here. So to change your photo like you wanted to, you'll see an image of yourself in the bottom left. You click on that or long press and do edit profile. So you can change your display name to whatever you want that to be. That is inoffensive. You can add your pronouns. his display name is Chris B. And then this button, change avatar, you can upload a picture of yourself or a dog or whatever, or you can just any picture you want to add there, also inoffensive.
So I can't put Trump's picture in there.
That might offend some people.
Kristen, we need your tech support number so we can call you here.
You got my tech support Discord.
Yes. And do you work for Discord?
I do not.
Okay. You're just familiar with them giving a presentation.
I'm just the one they picked.
When who picked Discord?
Chris and Vern, Jim.
She just happened to be saying she knew what to do with it, and that's when I asked her to speak.
Oh.
I don't know if I said that.
Discord's like all over the world.
I just happen to use Discord in my free time.
There are some groups out there that I've been in that have either 18 plus or NSFW groups or things like that. So if someone really insists on that, perhaps we could set up a special.
There's an option to age restrict. Yeah, and because it's a community-enabled server, don't post anything not safe for work in any of these channels. There's an option to age restrict a channel, and that is where not safe for work things can be shared without violating Discord's rules. Of course, there's still some rules. Don't post illegal things. But we don't have any NSFW channels.
Nor do I think that there's much of an appetite within ASF to do
Right.
Can you put that for no one over 70?
I think the default is 18 plus. I don't think we can customize it. But currently, all of these are not age restricted. All of them should be work appropriate. Anything else?
Do we have any more questions?
Do you want me to do it the right way?
Yeah.
Oh. Closed.
Thank you. Okay. Next on the agenda, we have our member story. This could be a story of how you became a free thinker, or how you were discriminated against, or how you learned something new, something inspiring, or actually anything. And to give us a story about anything, please welcome Chris Recchi.
Thank you, Vern. I just want to give a collective pat on the back to our team that was at Pride yesterday and people who made that happen in various ways. I mean, there were, like 6, 7, or 8 of us, and we all worked together, we all did something, and my goodness, we looked good out there, folks. And we distributed so much literature, we shook so many hands, introduced ourselves to so many people, and literally thousands of people became aware of Arkansas Society of Free Thinkers because of what we did together. And I think that we're going to see the fruits of that. I mean, it was, just hordes and hordes of people going by. And I was out there, introducing, Jim was out there. We actually had a line at the table, which is the first time that's ever happened in the years that we've done Pride. And so I think I want to put a pin in that and think about that change and think about how not only are we getting better at getting our message out there, but also we're getting a better reception.
because culture does change. It seems really static, and people's minds do change. So put a pin in that and connect it with another thought I had. I talked to a person at Pride who is a psychologist or a therapist. I didn't get into the professional details, but they are one of the people who are getting overwhelmed with folks who are suffering from depression, who are suffering from anxiety, who are suffering from all of the mental health issues that we often give people medications for. But the conversation that I had with this person was about how a lot of these are diseases of lifestyle. You know, just like if you eat nothing but fast food all the time, you might get scurvy or other diseases. You will not live a long life if you do that. If you're really sedentary, things are going to go bad. We know this about the human body. It's science at this point. It's not controversial. But we live in a way, not only eat and exercise in a way, but we also live in a way that is unhealthy, that is tearing us down. And that is through the modern isolation that we live in. A lot of people wake up in the morning, they go to work. I work remotely, so I don't even go to work and see anybody. And then you get off work, a couple hours on Netflix, a couple hours scrolling, and then you're done with the day and you sleep. You repeat that every day of your life. That is a lifestyle for a lot of people, especially if you just moved. Like maybe you're new to Central Arkansas, you don't have a friend network. That is how you live. And that is the same recipe for bad health as is eating nothing but fast food. That is basically that lifestyle. That will lead to an outcome eventually of anxiety, depression, various other mental health disorders. And it's reaching, pandemic proportions because at some point we all learned to live this way. And so maybe, my point is that maybe that longer line that we had and the greater energy that we had at Pride yesterday was a sign that things are starting to flip. It was a sign that just like when smoking started to decline after people realized it was really bad for you and that it has consequences to everybody who does it, maybe there's a decline in the idea that you can go it alone and live this life of isolation and make up for things by interacting on the internet. Now, we just did a great presentation of a powerful tool, Discord, but every tool can be misused. You can, misuse a wrench. You can misuse a screwdriver. I do it all the time. But always keep in mind that the tool exists to perform a purpose. And you, as the user of the tool, pick the purpose. Do not let the tool pick your purpose for you. Our purpose as an organization is to bring people together to solve that public health crisis that people are facing from the unhealthy lifestyle of isolation, to connect people and to solve some of the socio-political issues that we're seeing arise. And I think we may be some of the earliest people to the realization that you can't live a certain way and be happy and healthy and productive and a member of a contributing member to your democracy. So think about Discord as a tool to reach those objectives. You're going to lift yourself up, you're going to make yourself healthier, better connected, improve your mental health, improve your anxiety, put a smile on your face is the goal here. And we're going to also connect, we could use this to connect with people in adjacent cities, help them join together, and then they start connecting with each other and they find out there's 5 people around, well, we ought to get an event together. ASF infrastructure, including Meetup and Discord, could be used to unite little groups all around us in the smaller towns where it's harder for people to find out that their neighbor is also a freethinker. So think about the possibilities here and always be the one directing the use of the tool, because you don't want to end up, overusing it, using this as a substitute for the in-person friendships that we enjoy. It is a tool to facilitate those. And that's our goal, and we're going to use this new tool to achieve it. Not only is it more financially efficient, but most importantly, it's not Facebook. Oh my gosh, there's a term called enshittification, and so we've moved from a really far down the line enshittification application to one that doesn't pop stuff up and try to distract you intentionally. And that's part of the point, is to be the director of the tool, not the tool of the tool. So those are my member story thoughts that I gathered while I was helping out at Pride. And I believe the next one is in June. There's a couple of them. And so we will be out there again in force for that. We'll be out there again in force for other tabling opportunities around the state. You'll see that on Meetup, which will then be copied onto Discord. And hope to see y'all out there. Anyone who can help, can help. And it's a lot of fun, you know, and it's a lot of work too. We worked our tails off, but you know what? We were shoulder to shoulder, and we made something happen out there. And I'm very proud of all of us for that. Back to you, Byron. You need an events list?
Yes. We hope you found today's meeting thought-provoking. We hope you've cultivated new friendships. I thought Brad's and Kristen's presentations were really, really good. I learned a lot from both of them. If you're glad people in Central Arkansas are organizing a secular community by working to improve the lives of free thinkers, please consider joining ASF by signing up at the back table. Also, we have a celestial teapot back there with which you can leave a monetary donation. I'm going to give you the next month's worth of events for ASF. Tomorrow night at the Flying Saucer downtown at 7 p.m. is Pint Night. Come out and have a beer and a slice of something, and we're plotting to take over the River Market area. It's $5 a pint, is what they say. The October 21st is the ASF board meeting. It's online, and I'm not sure where that's going to be online, but if you keep up with things, is it going to
Discord community chat.
Discord community chat, and everyone's welcome to show up at that. Beyond Belief Secular Substance Abuse Recovery is online. That's October 23rd at 6 p.m. It's a Thursday. Fourth Monday Discord chat is Monday, October 27th. Beyond Belief Secular Abuse Recovery is October 30th again. First Tuesday, the next first Tuesday will be November the 4th. And that's at American Pie Pizza at 5:30. Begins at 5:30, and depending on how big the group is, sometimes it can go as late as 9 or later, but you're free to come and go at any time. Second Sunday Cantina for next month will be... Communion. I'm sorry, what did I say? Communion. It says Second Sunday Cantina Communion, okay.
With a quotation mark.
Yes, with an exclamation point. Is the second Sunday of every month. This month it will be November the 9th, and this is at Cantina Cinco de Mayo down Highway 5. Second Monday Discord chat is November 10th at 7:30, and then we're back. The next monthly meeting will be Sunday, November 16th. Speaker to be determined?
Yes, we need a speaker.
Okay, we need a speaker. Brad. What are you doing next month? As I understand it, we've decided already to have the seasonal holiday party as just a party and not have a speaker. Am I right?
Yes. Keep an eye on Meetup or Discord for details about the winter solstice get-together.
Also, at some point in December, we'll be assembling the solstice display on the Capitol grounds. Yes. We have someone that's actually absolutely already looking forward to that. It really is a fun time. It doesn't take that long to put it together. A couple of people who are, well, I guess I can't think of anyone here who was with us on that that's still here as far as creating it. And it really is a nice looking display. It's stainless steel with aluminum panels that are printed. And it,
Professionally designed.
yes, professionally designed by a curator from the Bill Clinton Presidential Museum. It's really nice display. So, having said that, the brochures at the back of the table describe how to keep up with ASF's fast-changing events calendar. If you would like to host an event such as a potluck, a book club, or a family's meetup, all you have to do is let us know and we'll get the word out. Becoming a secular organizer is very easy. If you would like to be considered as a speaker at one of our future meetings, or if you know someone who might be interested, please talk to us after the meeting, me or Chris or Jim. We also have a need for people who could help us by contributing their skills in graphic design, website development, law, or a number of other fields. If you have skills to contribute to our cause, please see the volunteer table at the back of the room. The volunteer table is where we help people with similar interests form into teams. Thank you for coming, and we'll see you next month.